A typical investigation, once we get contacted, we just do a quick phone interview, just find out what's going on, what kind of reports there are, just basic information. Then, depending on the severity, if the family may be at risk, we meet. We,
I
we
like to see
meet
them.
somewhere public, somewhere off property, and we talk to them about it. Otherwise, we go to the home, and we do this during the day, and we do our baselines there. The baseline readings always get done during the day. Sun has to be up. The entire family's there. We talk to mom. We talk to dad. Talk to them together. Then we talk to the kids. Talk to the kids separately. We just pay attention to animals, if they're acting, if how they're acting. Yep. And we do our baseline readings with our EMF. Just go through the whole house, see if there's any place of interest. Usually, I have somebody who's sensitive, more sensitive to me than me, walk through, and if there's a place that just kind of gives them the weird feelings, we mark that down. And during that time is when I start planning out the investigation. I start planning out where my cameras are going to go, where my audio is going to go, where base is going to go. Or do the clients want to be there? I always give the clients that option, whether they want to be in there for the investigation or not. And I go over all the paperwork, everything. We go over everything, get all that done, and then yep,
Best
and
thing
then
there.
we schedule the investigation, and usually that's a week or two out. The night of, or usually the day of, my team and I would get together, and we would go over everything, go over the case file, go over all the reports, where everything's going, come up with a game plan, come up with teams. Ran a 9-man team for the investigations, 3 teams of
Oh wow.
3. That's the way I always ran it. And I would choose who goes on what team. We'd figure out all that stuff, all the logistics, and then we would go
Uh,
out to eat. Believe it or not, we'd go out to eat. Which, by the way, if you do that, don't go to a buffet. I will tell you from experience, do not go to a buffet before an investigation. That is terrible. Well, we would just go. We're so tired. We would try to out eat each other, and we would just get so
right.
tired. But then once we got around the site, the home, we would actually drive around the block. We would drive around to kind of get a feel for the area. What's it like? Then we
Right.
would park down the street a little bit. We would get out and we would just listen. What is going on outside? Is there dogs? Is there a lot of traffic? Is there airplanes? Is there this? Is there that? We always try to think, get a feel for the environment, so we know if something happens, we can just say that's this, that's that. We don't worry about that. And then that's when we pull up to the house, and myself and one of my investigators would come up, and we would greet the clients. We would talk to them, make sure they're good to go, everybody's ready. I know a lot of other teams call before they show up. I don't, because a lot of times, especially if it's a nasty situation, they may try to back out, and I don't give them that option. Especially if they called me, that means there's enough cause for me to be there.
And they do sometimes back away,
Yep,
unfortunately.
and I don't like to give them that option. I mean, sometimes it happens, but for the most part, I don't.